Alright, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and to be honest with you, man, I never thought we would be back in this position all these years later, making a video about this topic again, but it turns out, man, some crazy shit has happened, and I felt that it was necessary to make an update video because to me personally, this really just shows that the garbage behavior we've seen from this person before in these other instances is really all more or less an amalgamation of complete fucking garbage personality traits. And I think that it's really actually necessary to expose these kinds of things, especially about somebody who so vehemently wants to point the finger at other people. This woman constantly will point at someone else's wrongdoings and expose it as much as possible, bring it up, throw it up in someone's face. But when somebody does it back to her, all of a sudden, she's encouraging her fans to mass report the comment so that she can suppress the truth of what actually happened because, well, for someone who morally grandstands as much as this woman actually does, she actually has a pretty fucking shitty past that even if she would just straight up address would be a lot better than what she's doing, but instead of actually addressing this shitty past and actually trying to better herself as a person from it, instead she wants to suppress any mention or reference of it, and is even trying to use her fan base to abuse features on websites so that, you know, basically people who call her out for it can be suppressed by her power. So I'm going to go ahead and play a couple of short clips of my two previous videos, kind of just exposing some patterns here in this whole thing. Keep in mind, the main defense that people have for this woman is, oh bro, she's in such a good character, man. She's playing such a good character. This is obviously all for, you know, attention and everything. She's basically not being serious, bro. It's just ironic. It's just a big old prank, bro. It's the same kind of excuse in theory that like the people who did the bullshit reaction videos back in like 2016 would use on YouTube, where essentially they become like a Schrodinger's douchebag, and they basically antagonize people, and they fucking are always the first one to say or do something, but then when the same energy is returned to them, or they're actually held accountable for what they do, all of a sudden it's a, oh bro, she's just playing around, you know, it's just a big old fucking prank, a big old joke, you know? When it's constantly happening over the years and you're doing it in actually shitty positions that make you look bad, it doesn't really keep playing off as a joke, you know what I mean? Especially considering none of what you're doing is actually funny. So at a certain point, you know, you gotta actually fit the definition of humor and like actually be fucking funny to consider this kind of shit funny. But I mean, anyway, let's go ahead and really jump into this one. Just a little bit of backstory here.
Expecting and blah, blah, blah. Like, how are you consuming this free entertainment? Like, how do you think free entertainment is available to you? It's because other people actually provide money so you can be a cheap ass. That's it. Other people provide money because they're generous and they see like a thing that they want to support, a form of entertainment they want to support, and then you leech. That's the reality of it, period. Period. If you're watching Twitch as a non-donating, non-sub, you are leeching. Does that mean that you should feel bad about it? I don't know. But the reality is that you are leeching. Stream going if you like the content, blah, blah, blah. How that results in 0 subs. There are regulars here. $5 a month. How do you have hours of time to watch me and not $5? I don't know. What are you doing with your life where you have hours of time to watch Twitch and not $5 to provide for the content that you're watching? I have a wall of non-subs. This is fucking actually really heartbreaking.
So that's what we've covered here on the channel up till this point. If you want to go watch those videos, they're still available on my channel. They both have over 1 million views, I believe, at this point. And so today, though, we're going to be kind of continuing this streak of bringing up this pattern, okay? Now, I want to go ahead and say there have been a lot of people who've said some crazy things online, right? Some even downright disgusting things that have been able to come back from it, right? That have been able to actually show that this isn't going to be the defining moment of their career because they ended up, you know, kind of, I guess, rebuking for everything in some way, shape, or form, and actually have turned public opinion back around about them. But it's really hard to give someone that benefit of the doubt and give them credibility again when they constantly expose themselves as a fucking clown, and so let's go ahead and talk about this. It really goes down between two people online, Know Nothing TV and Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny is the one with the repeated history. Know Nothing, in this case, I would say is more or less defending themselves. Essentially, someone was claiming that J.K. Rowling, who is the author of the Harry Potter series, was anti-Semitic and also transphobic. And Know Nothing TV simply asked to share evidence of her being anti-Semitic. To be fair, I had never heard the claims that she was anti-Semitic before either, so this also was kind of news to me. I don't know if that makes me behind on the times or whatever. I did hear, of course, about the transphobe stuff. I think that's been going on for years now, but simply asking for proof, but she says, "This sounds like a bold claim. Do you have any empirical evidence?" Essentially, she's mocking Know Nothing TV here for asking for evidence that a person is what someone claims them to be. And what you're about to see actually get responded to her with is one of what I can only say is the most damaging responses I've actually ever seen someone just drop on a tweet like this, because it completely erodes any credibility to the mockery that Bad Bunny was trying to put out here, right? Where she wants to mock him for asking for evidence for something that, honestly, you should probably provide evidence of if you're going to make an accusation like that. And so, Know Nothing responds with a tweet that says, "I don't think it's crazy to ask for evidence of someone being anti-Semitic/racist, etc. before believing it, and it shouldn't be hard to provide if the claim is justified. For example, if someone asks me for evidence that you might be a bigot, I could share the things that you've said." And the screenshot literally contains dozens of Discord messages from Bad Bunny's account where she's saying insane racial slurs towards people, making transphobic comments, constantly making insane comments, and then also a moderator from, I believe, what would be her Discord that is basically admitting that they erased all of the chat logs containing these so that Bad Bunny and company, aka the people who are also involved in this, could grow from this experience and move on from the past. And this post absolutely ratioed anything that she could say, and the tweet thread continued with some interesting context from Know Nothing here that I also thought was pretty important to share.
I, for one, would never be involved with a guy who's bisexual. If a guy is like having sex with other guys, and then he's like, "Oh, maybe I'll try having sex with you," I'm like, even black people, if you found me a black bisexual man, I might throw up in my mouth at the thought of sexual contact with him. You can't hate gay people anymore. Why not? I want to hate whoever the fuck I want to hate. I want to hate a person because they're wearing Crocs. Why can't I hate a person because of whatever else trivial? If that reason is trivial, if I can hate a person for wearing Crocs, that's an incredibly trivial reason. And then people can harp on me about how stupid it is for me to hate an entire person because of the Crocs they wear. But you see me, I will hate the fuck out of that Croc wearing freak, and I have no qualms about it.
That's a huge section of people to just completely write off as unattractive, and it just seems like kind of strange. Like, is it literally like just the skin color is like unattractive to you? Like, I don't know. It just seems like a weird statement to me.
It's as simple as fucking evolutionarily, we want to fucking propagate our fucking like shit, and so propagating our own fucking shit involves finding people that are similar to our own shit.
Well, I mean, that's not true by definition, though.
So really, when you see that, there's only two responses to this whole thing, okay? Either A, this is really just a big character, bro. It's just a big meme, you know what I'm saying? She's just joking, right? She's getting some haha funnies in. The comedy really writes itself with this. Which means she's just not fucking funny at all, and she needs to either completely rewrite this entire character to actually be funny, or there's the second option, which is this actually isn't a joke, this is all closeted behavior that's being exposed in a pattern that doesn't last for just 1 or 2 episodes, it's literally multiple years worth of this kind of shit going on. And it's being horribly masqueraded as jokes and a character by people who are vehement supporters of her for whatever reason that it may be. I will let you guys come to your own conclusion on that one. You can go ahead and determine for yourselves, based on the evidence that I've shown in this video, what you think it is, and also in the multiple videos I have covering all of this. Know Nothing would continue this entire thing with the following tweets. To clarify a few things, I do think J.K. Rowling is transphobic, and even if I haven't seen enough evidence to justify calling her anti-Semitic, that doesn't mean that she definitely isn't anti-Semitic, and it also doesn't negate her transphobia. Also, while there's an endless amount of evidence of Bad Bunny being bigoted into her 30s, that doesn't mean she hasn't been or can't be rehabilitated. It would just be nice if she could extend a fraction of the charity to others that she expects other people to extend to her. And honestly, I agree with that statement, man. You know, I actually really agree with this. And I'm going to continue this point for the rest of the video, but let me start with this. It's very obvious that there isn't really any way to actually constantly defend this kind of shit. You know, it's a very shaky point to really defend, you know? It basically, if you're defending it, you're either saying she's the worst fucking comedian ever, or this is actually just who she is as a person. So if she wants everyone to actually believe that, like, what she's doing isn't wrong, whether it be all the I was just joking route or the I want to atone for my sins quote unquote bullshit, you kind of have to, offer that same sort of level of respect to other people. If you're going to be one who's going to say, hey, defend me even though I say ridiculous, you know, racist shit, saying slurs and whatnot, you can't then immediately point the finger at someone else and try to, you know, clown on them or mock them when it comes to that conversation. But instead of actually owning up to all of this and trying to make the situation better and to actually try to make an actual solid case for herself or anything really, but instead Bad Bunny tweets out friendly reminder to report people for hate speech when they post screenshots of bigoted slurs smiley face. This is clearly in reference to the 1,000+ like post where basically Know Nothing TV actually clapped back in the best way possible. It's literally the only thing that it could be referring to, and I'm just simply not going to believe the case that it wasn't. What you're seeing is her actively attempting to get her audience in mass, in thousands, to actually try to report this tweet so that, you know, the evidence of her saying crazy shit is deleted. And the reason we really know this is because at the bottom of the post, it contains the moderator's statement where they admit that they basically purged the whole fucking server because of the crazy shit that was getting said, and how everyone who said it wanted to move on, including Bad Bunny herself. So if she wants to move on from saying crazy, reckless shit and making fucked up jokes and being edgy and whatnot, why is it that she's able to now point at other people and say, hey, you're not allowed to fucking say anything about this? Let me go ahead and mock somebody else's point, right? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense, obviously. So at this point, right, if anything ever happens to Bad Bunny's accounts in any way, like if she's ever unrightfully suspended or something like that, from pretty much any platform, she's basically going to get clowned by a lot of people because of this point, right? If she ever unfortunately faces a circumstance like this, the amount of public opinion that's already shifted is probably going to be pretty goddamn bad. Because if you're willing to call on other people's things to be mass reported and flagged because they're exposing the shit that you say, you cannot then really expect for everyone to give you the benefit of the doubt and then come to your defense and come back to your side after everything that you've said and done here. So at this point, whether it's her grifting and being obviously fucking greedy and it of course getting played off as a joke constantly for years, after saying crazy shit in the past and then being someone who's gonna point fingers after all of that, Bad Bunny has now turned to the defense of using her fans against other people. I don't really think that that's the right fucking way to go about anything, especially when you're in the wrong. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below, and until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about Bad Bunny again, and signing out.